So the next part we are discussing right now, that is about the leadership culture now. Okay, and as we know that there are basically different, see, because we can't say that a particular form of leadership is the best form in the market, because each and every leader having their own way to influence the people, on way to lead the market, on way to make their own policies. Okay, now in this regards we are talking about the very first point over here, that is about the type of leadership actually. Okay, now in this regard, as we can see that the types of leadership which we are talking right now, the first leadership we are talking right now, it is called dependent leadership. Okay, now when I'm just talking about dependent leadership, it is basically a form of leadership in which the particular individual assumes that, or particular leader assumes that whatever policy is being designed by the top management, the duty of the middle level and the lower level management is just to influence, because he is only decision maker, he is only policy maker. But the real life heroes, or the individual, those who will practical work on the ground, it would be middle level and the lower level management. Means the leadership, you could say, trait of the top management and dependency to execute it on the middle level, lower level management, is called a dependent type of leadership. That is the very first point. Change work start at the top, because top management must need to initiate about all those important, you could say, decision making in the organization, so that the company may sustain for a longer period of time. That is called the dependent leadership. Clear, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Clear.
Yes. Second one, we have about the independent leadership now. Now, when we discuss about the independent leadership, means, like for example, if you're a decision maker, we talk about, you could say, very small shop or any new startup we talk about. Working of top management and its execution as well, means he is the whole sole responsible authority in any organization. Those who are actually initiating the, you could say, responsibility, those who are executing the responsibility and taking the feedback as well. Means any decision maker in the organization, those who are not at all dependent on its sub, you could say, part of an organization, we can say, that basically comes under independent leadership. Like it basically happens in small organizations, small startups, we can say. That actually talks about the independent leadership. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And
Clear,
the
sir.
last one is called
Yes, sir.
interdependent leadership now. Okay. Now, when I'm just talking about the interdependent leadership, it talks about that whenever two or more firms are actually coming together to join or to create one strategic alliances, and that strategic alliance basically is working for the benefit of the people. Like we talk about joint venture, we talk about mergers. In such condition, what happened? The two different organizations coming together and working for the benefit of the people of the country. That is called a strategic change. That is called strategic alliances. Okay. Like we talk about Maruti Suzuki, we talk about Hero Honda, we talk about recently Byju's with this Akash. All these examples are basically comes under interdependent leadership, because here the decision maker is not concentrated to one individual, but it is basically more concentrated to the different individual. Like we talk about mergers of different banks in India, if we talk about, that is again the one of the important example of the interdependent leadership. Clear, guys?
Clear, sir. Clear.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's move to the next part. The leadership strategy should specify. Like whenever we talk about any type of leadership, whether dependent, independent, or interdependent, okay, in all such cases, we always need to focus on these five major characteristics to adopt. Okay, the first one is quantity, quality, skills and behavior, collective capabilities, and leadership culture. Now, whenever we talk about any type of leader in the market, whenever we have the real life example in front of us, we talk about big corporate, we talk about the MSME sector, we talk about all those, you could say, upcoming organizations. In all such cases, the important thing is that the quantity. Okay, Ms. Sri Krishna, please kindly mute yourself. Yeah. When we discuss about the quantity is basically all about the number of years required in order to transform a company, to transit a company, we can say. In such regards, we always need to keep in mind whenever we talk about any type of leadership, those leader must have that perspective, that mindset, that in how many years they want to transform the company, in how many years they want to see changes in the company. That basically talks about the quantity in terms of number of years. Quality we always know about, that how you can improve the characteristics, how you can improve the instinct, how you can improve the you could say the capabilities, how you can improve the efficiency. That actually comes under quality of leadership. That how you can actually change the mindset of an individual as well. That comes under quality of the leadership. Okay, skills and behavior. Skills is all about, like for example, if I'm the well experienced guy working in the organization, if I'm sharing my own experience and I'm influencing the people in the organization and giving them more and more exposure, giving them more and more insights about how to work, how to face certain situation, how to fight in certain situation in the company, that actually also comes under skills and behavior. Then collective capabilities. Collective capabilities basically is all about, because leader is not the only one who can change, who can transform. It is basically a group effort, a collective effort, and we can say collective implementation of all the individuals working in the company. Then only company would be able to achieve its objective, its vision. But without integrated effort, without collected effort, without cohesive effort, no one even in the world can achieve some success as a company's perspective, if we talk about. And the last one, not the least, leadership culture. Leadership culture is basically is all about the influence of that one man on whole organization. We talk about Tata Group, we talk about Ambani's, we talk about Narayan Murthy. Okay, we talk about Steve Jobs. We talk about we can say Warren Buffett. How this basically this leader actually are in the mind of each and every individual's life, and they have actually changed the way of living the life as well for the people of the country. Okay, that is about the leadership culture they have imbibed in the lifestyle of the people of the country. That is called the leadership strategy, or you could say characteristics of the leadership strategies. Clear, guys?
Clear, sir. Like Jeff Bezos.
Yes, there's so many examples we can consider in this. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you, Anirudh. So I think that we already done. Yes, it's again very simple topic actually. When you discuss about the 10 basic principles of strategic leadership, okay, the first one is distribute responsibility. As we know that a single person cannot do the work of 10. So it's important that ergonomics principle must be implemented as per the capability of an individual, as per the skills of an individual. You always need to allocate the work and the authority to someone. Be honest and open about information, means whatever you know, but you should not manipulate any information in the organization. Okay, then we have create multiple paths for raising and testing ideas, as you know that, because if the company is basically preparing any contingency plan, or if the company is coming up with any product, if the plan A is ready, you always need to be have a backup plan B and C as well. In case of any contingent, the plan A won't work, you must have the backup plan available to actually revive the company again in the market platform. Make it safe to fail, I think, because if you get fail, you are learning something on the day-to-day basis. Okay, failing is not you are just reducing or decreasing your morale. It will also give you some confidence. Okay, that is about the make it safe to fail. Provide access to other strategies. Definitely you must have to be create an open environment in the company, so that the people from different genre, the people from different department may come up and actually give their ideas to you about how the things may be operated in the organization. Then develop opportunity and experience based learning. It's all about more practical based learning, more we can say expose learning, so that an individual must learn about the ups and downs of the life, must face all those tough situations in the organization, so that they would become a better manager for the future. Hire for transformation. Definitely whenever you are hiring something, you're hiring a leader, hiring a manager, hiring any employee in the organization, they must need to transform by their leadership style. Bring your whole self to work, means you need to give your 100% commitment to your work, so that you would be able to you could say get succeed in the organization. Next, find time to reflect. Means each and everything takes time. Even your effort of last 5 years will pay you off after next 5 years as well. So it's all about do your hard work. Don't worry about the output. Definitely your hard work and 100% commitment will always give you the benefit in the future in the invisible form as well. Okay. Recognize leadership development as an ongoing practice. You need, for example, I am working in an organization and I have 100 employee working. I always need to recognize the intra leadership, or it is basically called the intra leadership component as well. In such a regard, you have to find out your hire. You have to find out all those individuals, those who may actually incorporate some change in the organization. That is basically the 10 principles of strategic leadership now. It's very simple, I think, so. Yes, clear, everyone?